Good morning, students. In earlier class, we discussed about the power factor correction in electrical distribution system. So now, in today's class, we are going to be discuss economic justification for capacitors. So what do you mean by economic justifications? Suppose in capacitors which are initiated in the distribution system for enhancing the power factor, so the kilowatt demand is increasing, and this increased kilowatt demand will increases the maximum demand charges. That is, more power is transferred from source to the load, and high revenue returns will arise for the distribution system. So therefore, due to the implementation of the capacitors in financially, what justification has to be made? So this is the economic justification for capacitors. So let us start. Generally, the loads consisting of real power as well as the reactive power. So real power is the VI cos pi, reactive power is the VI sin pi. Real power which is to be generated at the generating stations and transferred through transmission systems to the distribution system and then consumers. But reactive power we are not generating. So how the reactive power is produced to the loads? So this is the thing here. So in general, loads on electric utility systems include two components. One is active power and other is reactive power. Active power is generated in power plants, whereas reactive power is provided either for power plants or capacitors. So particularly some power plants are there which are used for producing the reactive power. So that's the point here. Whereas reactive power is provided either power plants or capacitors. Shunt capacitors are the most economical sources to meet the reactive power requirement of inductive loads. So there is no other alternative for enhancing the reactive power, so that the power factor has to be enhanced. So the only alternative is shunt capacitors. So this is the conventional method of adding the shunt capacitors into the line, either of a fixed or switched capacitors. So due to this capacitors initiated in the system, so there will be a huge profit or huge financial benefit to the utility. Yes. So let us see what are the economic benefits. Yes. So the economic benefits that can be derived from capacitor installation can be as follows. So what are the economic benefits in the sense? The first one, released generation capacity. So released generation capacity, released transmission capacity, and released distribution capacity, and additional advantages in distribution losses is the generation already, whatever may be the manner it is functioning, it releases its maximum capacity. Similarly, the transmission system releases its maximum capacity, and the distribution system will release its maximum capacity. Maximum capacity in the sense, all the equipments or transmission lines deliver its maximum output. Yes? So additional advantages in distribution losses, such as reduced energy copper losses. This is the one of the benefit due to the capacitors initiated in the system, and reduced voltage drop and consequently improved voltage regulation. Reduced voltage drop and consequently improved voltage regulation, and released capacity of feeder and associated operators. That means that a feeder, he has to release its maximum capacity. And similarly, postponement or elimination of capital expenditure due to improvements and expansions. So due to all the system released its maximum capacity, so there may be a new equipment new equipment established in the system may be postponed or eliminated, so that capital expenditure due to improvements can be uh, possible here, and the expansions also possible here. And next, revenue increase due to voltage improvements. So these are the areas in which the maximum released maximum rating all the operators are to be operated. So these are the additional benefits: revenue increase, release feeder maximum capacities, and instantaneous capital expenditure has to be postponed, like that. So these are some additional advantages of the capacitors which are initiated in the system. So let us discuss one by one. The first one is benefits due to released generation capacity. Benefits due to released generation capacity. So this belongs to the generation. In generating station, generally a prime movers and generators or alternators are there. So whose function is to generate the electrical supply with help of the some idle energy or thermal energy or whatever it may be. Is so the released generation capacity due to the installation of capacitors can be calculated approximately. Is so here the capacity we are calculated. What is the benefit we are calculated in terms of the mathematical expressions? So no need to go for all the things here. But what is the benefit which is to be released in the generation capacity? So that is to be calculated in terms of the dollars or rupees. Is so the released generation capacity due to the installation of capacitors can be calculated approximately from the following formula. See here, the delta SZ. Delta SZ is equal to 1 minus QC square into cos square theta by SG square whole power half plus QC into sin theta by SG minus 1 into SG when QC is greater than 0.10 SG. This is the condition 1. And delta SG is equal to QC sin theta when QC is less than or equal to 0.10 SG. So this is the released generation capacity due to the installation of capacitors has an approximated with this formula. Yes. So this formula is more important for us, and based upon all these parameters which are substituted in this and calculated the delta SG. Let us define one by one what is what here, which is useful to know. The first one, where delta SG, released generation capacity beyond maximum capacity at original power factor in terms of kVA. And similarly, the SG stands for generation capacity in terms of kVA, and QC, reactive power due to corrective capacitor supplied in terms of kVAR. Reactive power due to corrective capacitor supplied in terms of kVAR. And similarly, cos pi. Cos pi is the original power factor before application of capacitors. Yes. So this is the released generation capacity. It is to be given the approximate formula, and let us calculate what's the cost of that. Therefore, the annual benefit due to the released generation capacity can be expressed as, see, the released generation capacity in terms of dollars is to be expressed as delta SG into CZ into IC. So what is the G suffix? All the suffix G stands for the generation side, generation capacity side. So let us define one by one, where delta SG in terms of dollars is the annual benefit due to released generation capacity, and CZ is the cost of generation. It is the dollars per kilowatt, and IZ is the annual fixed charges rate applicable to the generation. So the released generation capacity is to be calculated, and from that the annual benefit due to released generation capacity can be also expressed in terms of the dollars. That's all. So shall we move on to the next one? All the students, please remember this. So whatever may be the expression which are used in the generation, either for released generation capacity otherwise annual benefit due to released generation capacity. The same formulas are used for the transmission as well as the distribution by changing the suffix instead of G by T. Let us see the transmission purpose, transmission capacity point of view. So the second one is the benefits due to released transmission capacity. Benefits due to released transmission capacity. In the transmission system also, in the same manner, it releases the maximum transmission capacity and the cost also evaluated. You see here, the released transmission capacity delta ST. What is the difference here? In the earlier case, it is the delta SZ, but in this case, it is the delta ST, which is equal to 1 minus QC square into cos square theta by, instead of SG by ST square whole power half plus QC into sin theta by ST minus 1 into ST, when ST is the released transmission capacity here, when QC greater than 0.1 ST, whereas delta ST is equal to QC into sin theta when QC is less than or equal to 0.10 ST. So once the released transmission capacity is calculated, and we also define what like the generation, whatever may be the manner, we define all the constants in the same manner. Instead of generation by, you use it as the term transmission. That's all. Apart from that, everything is same as to that of that generation. And similarly, the annual benefit due to the transmission capacity can be expressed as, see here, this is also expressed in terms of dollars. Delta ST in terms of dollars is equal to delta ST into CT into IT, where delta ST in terms of dollars is the annual benefit due to transmission capacity. Similarly, CG is the cost of transmission. CT is the cost of transmission. IZ is the annual fixed charges rate applicable to transmission. Like that, the same manner in generation, whatever may be the way you defined all these constant, in the same manner you can define in transmission also. Like that, the third one, distribution point of view also is, you see here, benefits due to released distribution capacity. Benefits due to released distribution capacity. So same, instead of generation by delta SG, transmission by delta ST, and distribution by distribution substation capacity, released distribution substation capacity. So that is to be represented as delta SS, which is equal to 1 minus QC square into cos square theta divided by S square whole power half plus QC into sin theta by SS minus 1 into SS when QC is greater than 0.1 SS, and delta SS is equal to QC into sin theta when QC is less than or equal to 0.10 SS. So this is the released distribution capacity, released distribution substation capacity, and the annual benefit due to released distribution substation capacity can be expressed in terms of dollars. So delta SS in terms of dollars is equal to delta SS into CS into IS. So we already defined all the constant in the generation. In the same fashion, you have to be defined in case of the transmission as well as the distribution. Students, all of you remember the same fashion, whatever may be the way we expressed in the generation, in the same fashion, in transmission as well as the distribution also we describe. So delta SZ in terms of dollars is the annual benefit due to released distribution substation capacity, and CS is the cost of distribution substation capacity in terms of dollars per kilowatt, and IZ is the annual fixed charges rate applicable to distribution substation capacity. So these are the three major benefits due to released due to the capacitors initiated in the system. So the generating system released this maximum capacity, and transmission system released its maximum capacity, and similarly distribution substation also releases its maximum capacity. So, and another one is these are the additional parameters. Benefits due to released generation energy losses. Yes, it is obviously 100% correct. Why? Because so capacitors will minimize the voltage drops and reduces the energy losses. Why? Because power factor and current are inversely proportional to each other. As the power factor increases, the magnitude of current reduces, resulting the losses are to be reduces. Is due to the capacitors, the benefit here is reduced energy losses. The annual energy losses are reduced as a result of decreasing copper losses due to the installation of capacitors. Is the annual energy losses are reduced as a result of decreasing copper losses due to the installation of capacitors. Why? Because power factor and current are inversely proportional to each other. Power factor increases in the sense the magnitude of current reduces, so resulting I square R losses also reduces. The conserved energy can be expressed. Conserved energy can be expressed. See here, delta annual conserved energy. The change in annual conserved energy, delta ACE is equal to QC 3 phase into R into 2 SL 3 phase sin theta minus QC 3 phase into 8760 divided by 1000 into V line to line whole square. So these are the fixed formulas. So these formulas are to be taken from the IEEE references. So based upon this magnitude, you may be predict the how much losses are reduced over a annum. So here annum in the sense per year. Here in year has a 24 into 365 days. So that is the 8760 is the total number of hours per year. Is delta ACE is equal to QC 3 phase into R into 2 into SL 3 phase sin theta minus QC 3 phase into 8760 divided by 1000 into V line to line whole square. Is where delta ACE is the annual conserved energy in terms of kilowatt hour per year, and SL 3 phase is the original, that is uncorrected 3 phase load in terms of kVA. The annual benefits due to conserved energy can be calculated. So that is the delta ACE in terms of dollars is equal to the reduced energy losses, conserved energy multiplied with EC. EC stands for cost of energy, where EC is the cost of energy. Yes. So the conserved energy is to be calculated with help of this approximated formula, and this is to be multiplied with cost of energy. So each unit is how much. So that will give the amount in terms of the annual conserved energy in terms of the dollars. Yes. So this is obviously true. Due to the capacitor installations, the energy losses are drastically reduces. And the next one, benefits due to released voltage drop. See here, the following advantages can be obtained by installation of capacitors into a circuit. Is so the first one, the effective line current is reduced. Line current is reduced in the sense, obviously or consequently, both resistive drop as well as reactive drop, IR and IXL voltage drops are decreased, which results in improved voltage regulation. And the second one, the power factor improvement decreases the effect of reactive line voltage drop. Therefore, voltage drop that occurs in a given circuit can be expressed as, see here, the power factor improvement decreases the reactive line voltage drop. Yes. Therefore, the percentage voltage drop that occurs in the given circuit can be expressed as percentage of voltage drop is equal to SL 3 phase into R cos theta plus X sin theta by 10 into V line to line whole square. After application of capacitor, this voltage drop can be expressed as percentage of voltage drop is equal to QC 3 phase into X into L divided by 10 into V line to line square. Yes. So as per the capacitors initiated, the energy energy losses are reduces, and also the voltage drops are reduces because of the magnitude of the current is to be reduced in the system. For example, simply take a equation P is equal to VI cos phi. So I is equal to P by V cos pi. So cos pi and I is inversely proportional. Power factor, whatever may be the techniques we are implementing here for enhancing the power factor, that is the capacitor installations of different nature. So that will increase the cos pi value so that the current is decreases because it is inversely proportional to each other. So this reduction of the current will reduce the drops and also the copper losses, so that benefits due to reduced voltage drop as well as benefits due to reduced energy losses. Yes, so it is the uh, economical economic benefits due to the capacitor installation is over. So next class we will discuss the optimal placement of a capacitor. Thank you.